Hello everyone, my name is Robin, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the strategy genre of video games. Features of this genre commonly include a top-down camera view, resources to gather and spend, strategic-based combat over mechanical skill, and the need to manage a population or a group. Players can commonly expect the ability to research and develop items, factions inside the game, multiplayer features, and for the game to be either in real time or turn-based. Examples of this genre include Civilization 6, Hearts of Iron 4, and Stellaris. The first game I'll be talking about today is Civilization 6. Civilization 6, or Civ 6 for short, uses the 4X system: explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. This is an easy algorithm to follow when making strategy games. Because of the 4X system and Civilization 6's unique cartography-inspired art style, the players are forced to be active and explore as the map is hidden until they have scouted it. Therefore, they cannot play until they have explored and expanded. However, the emergent gameplay lies in the other two parts of the system, exploit and exterminate, as you don't necessarily need to exploit and exterminate to win the game. Colin Campbell, a journalist for the gaming website Polygon, decided to do a completely pacifistic playthrough of Civ 6. He says, "Over the weekend, I played a game of Civilization 6 from beginning to end, without killing anyone or using violence of any kind. I did not slay a single AI unit. Not one of my units died. It wasn't easy." Colin even went as far as making sure that his units weren't just exterminated when they weren't useful, and instead sent them to retirement. He states that one of his scouts was sent to a small retirement house in Bordeaux, and he imagined her drinking aged wine and watching the sunsets go down. Civilization 6 has all the typical elements of a strategy game, yet presents it in a cartoony, family-friendly way. Overall, it's a pretty good base plate of what most strategy games should be like. The next game I'd like to talk about is Hearts of Iron 4. Now, Hearts of Iron 4 is based upon real-world historical events using real people and real locations. Therefore, the target audience can often be history buffs and those who have studied this generation. It plays in real time, and it has a large possibility for emergent gameplay, which can often be kind of funny. Due to the large possibility of emergent gameplay, the plot itself is semi-linear. It's heavily based on realism, yet doesn't restrict the player by forcing them down a specific timeline or events. So, despite the game taking place from the 30s to the early 50s, it doesn't have to start and end with the Allies winning the war. It could mean that Albania suddenly takes over the world. This is a good example of how to create a strategy game that panders to history buffs instead of a general audience, like Civilization 6. The final game I'd like to talk about to you today is Stellaris. It isn't based on the world as we currently know it, as it is sci-fi and futuristic. It has very flexible borders in the game, which can lead to some very dynamic and free-flowing gameplay. It is a different take on historical strategy games, kinda like how the Star Wars series is basically World War II repainted. Stellaris isn't bound by historical accuracy or geographical accuracy to Earth, so it can be flexible and creative. The story is completely emergent. It tends to be created and told by the players based on their experiences in the game. This is a useful feature to have, especially if your game is going to have a large multiplayer community, as they can do all the work for you. To conclude, a successful game in this genre needs to provide a detailed and somewhat realistic series of events wherein the player can dictate the outcome based upon strategic planning and thought over mechanical skill. I've been Robin Law, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.